Hey friends, it's Ryan Frank. Welcome to the Daily Coffee Chat with Ryan Frank. Hey, you have made it to Tuesday. Congratulations. Hope you're having an awesome week. I'm joined on the screen with Amber Pike. You're going to hear from Samuel Beam in a few minutes. Amber, I was going to ask you what's going on these days. I know what's going on these days.
So we were just talking about it.
We were.
But we are very close to wrapping up the newest issue of Kids Matter magazine.
All right. Man, it's going to be a good issue, isn't it?
It is. It's our big VBS issue, and I love VBS. It's my favorite time of the year. So we have a huge VBS section I'm really excited about.
So give us a little sneak peek.
Okay, so normally,
what are they going to see?
Normally, when you go through the VBS section, you see all of the new VBSs that are coming out. But this year, I wanted to shake things up, really to make sure that everyone's actually like reading through everything. So in the middle of that section, there's a bunch of tips and there's articles. We've got an article from Steve Pennington from Wow VBS hidden in the middle of that. We've got ideas from our I Love Kidmin Facebook group all about VBS. Just some great awesome VBS stuff. There's extra fun pictures. We had companies send us pictures of kids actually doing their VBSs this year. So you get to see it in action.
Fun.
Yeah.
What if I don't do VBS?
Well, one of the article from Steve talks about doing an online VBS as an option. But then my other favorite part about summer is summer camp. And for the first time, we have a whole article about summer camp. I'm super excited. Yes.
Who wrote it?
It's a mix between Eagle Sky Camps and CentriKid. So I take my kids to CentriKid, super excited to have them in there. And then Eagle Sky, man, I want to go play there. They are on this 500-acre camp. They have a bison farm there. It looks so cool.
It's incredible. You need to go check out Eagle Sky Camp. And man, if you can get your family there, a group from your church for a retreat, your kids there, you're right. It's an amazing facility.
And he said their location is within like an 8-hour drive from so much of the US. So it's really a central location, even though it's kind of out there and secluded. That's by design, but it's accessible to most of the US.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right. You told me yesterday that Corey Jones, the co-host of the Kids Matter podcast, has something coming in this issue.
So if you attended one of his MegaCon breakouts or deep dives, it was all about your social media plan. We actually have 2 articles about social media and being intentional with it as a ministry. And he compares social media to a drive to a house. And it's such a cool analogy. I loved it. So he's got a great article in there just about how people find your church, what they think when they see your online platforms. Really good stuff to think about. It's actually, I've already gone and talked to some of my leadership that helps with the social media platforms, like, hey, we need to do better. Really good stuff.
So how many pages is this one going to be?
This one's a 64-page chocked full of awesomeness issue.
Man, I like that. Boom. All right. And there is still time to subscribe. If you subscribe this week, we'll make sure you get this issue of the magazine. So Andy, if you will drop the link in to subscribe, both in Facebook and then in the show notes when we put this on the podcast later today. Get subscribed. It's $20 a month. Really
definitely worth it.
Yeah,
no, $20 an issue.
Pardon?
It's not $20 a month.
$20 a year. Did I say a month?
You did. I'm like, wait.
Yeah. Thank you, Amber. $20 a year. So this gets you all the subscriptions in. It's not digital. It's in your physical mailbox. You to put this thing on your desk. $20. Go subscribe. It's a great deal at kidsmatter.com. Amber, you're a great magazine editor.
Thank you.
You're a great Kidmin champion. Hey, well, I've got you quick. I saw there's a freebie. Is the freebie still at kidminoutlet.com?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. If you are thinking Thanksgiving, every week or 2, there's a new freebie on there. If you need some lessons, they have a standalone lesson for Thanksgiving. If you just need one, if you're looking for a series, there's a 4-part series that I actually did with my church. I started it this past week. Starts with Job for Thanksgiving.
Really?
Being thankful no matter what. So, yeah, there's some neat stuff. If you guys not checked out Kidman Outlet, make sure you're checking it out.
Yeah, kidmanoutlet.com. There's always free stuff too, and then good deals on curriculum and stuff.
Yeah.
Amber, have a great day. Thanks for joining me on Coffee Chat.
No problem.
All right, it's Amber Pike. Go check out Kids Matter magazine. Amber does such a great job editing the magazine. Amber, quick, come on here. Come back. Okay, your website, because I was just going to say Amber's written some books. Your website,
amberpike.org.
Okay.
And I just started this week. There's freebies on my website. There's one that I'm going to talk about on this week's podcast, a Christmas event freebie. That's a teaser for my brand new book that most people don't know about that's coming out in 2021 with Rose Kids.
Ooh, all right. Go check out amberpike.org. She's got a link to the magazine, to her books, to her new podcast, the Kidman Huddle. Amber's doing all kinds of stuff. She's working at a church, homeschooling her kids. I don't know how you do it all.
There's a lot of coffee.
All right. Thanks, Amber.
Thanks.
All right. Samuel Beam is one of the contributors to kidsmatter.com. He contributes games and working on an advent calendar that will be coming soon. I'm pretty excited to share with you guys. Samuel, your middle name's Amber. Samuel Amber, right?
Close, something like that.
All right. No, it's not Amber. Samuel is the preteen pastor at Corey Jones Church.
Yep.
That's your claim to fame, isn't it, Samuel?
Oh, it really is.
What's it like working with Corey Jones?
Just imagine having one of the smartest people you know, and then them being your boss. It's really actually very nice. I love it. Can't complain at all.
Now, let me ask you, does he do the kind of stuff? I was there this summer. We didn't get to see each other when I was there, did we? No. And you guys have this thing at your church, this game where it's like a double dare thing. Where if you get it wrong, you got to jump in the swimming pool with your clothes on and do crazy.
Ah, yes. What are the odds?
What are the odds? Do you get looped into these what are the odds game?
I do. I almost had to put my hair in a mohawk all day today. So that would have been kind of tough on this, but dodged that one.
So Samuel, are you from, did you grow up in the church where you're at?
No, I actually didn't. I moved here about 6 years ago.
Okay.
So I haven't been here forever now.
Gotcha. And you have recently become the preteen pastor at your church.
Yep.
Talk to us about that.
Oh, well, it started, it was just a winding road I started as a volunteer in one of the ministries, and we have an internship program here. And so basically volunteered my way into an internship. And then that 6-month internship turned into a year internship, turned into preteen pastor position. So I'm here.
You're here, and it's been a learning curve. Tell us a few things. I know you're doing a great job because I talk to Corey a lot. He keeps me updated. Southern Hills, the church at Southern Hills, by the way, is the name of your church. And the website, Samuel, if somebody wants to check it out, remind me what your church website is.
It's sohillscc.com.
Okay, Sohillscc, SOHILLSCC.com.
Yep.
Okay. Tell us, Samuel, about a few things you've learned. It can be do's, don'ts, or just some tips you've learned as you've taken this new position. Because a lot of people that are, there might be some people that are watching or listening today that you find yourself leading in a new position. Maybe it's at the same church, but all of a sudden now I'm in charge of this ministry or my role has changed. What are a few things you've learned as you've taken this new role?
You asked me this question yesterday to get ready for it, and I was like, there's so many things. I've been here since June, and so it's been about 6 months, and I was like, I could list 20 different things, but I narrowed it down to a few. The first one, and this one, it's kind of dependent on what you end up inheriting as a ministry, but be prepared to not know what to do and where to work. I think that was one of the biggest things for me. Like 6 months into it, I'm just now comfortable enough to know what I need to do to get done, where I need to work. I found myself the first few weeks like just scrambling, not knowing what to work on. And so depending on whether you've inherited a ministry from somebody or you're starting one, there's just going to be a lot of unknowns and a lot of different areas that you're like, I don't even know what to do here.
That's a good point. And by the way, you took this when this was in the pandemic, right? When you took this position or beginning of the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pandemic or not, I think you're right. I think I'm in a new role, I'm in a new position. It's going to take some time to get grounded, to figure out what's going on, what needs done, what's happening, what do I need to be working on, and be okay with that. You probably had to ask a lot of questions, didn't you, Samuel?
Oh yeah. You said I was lucky enough to have Corey Jones, who I inherited the ministry from. So
Yep.
It's pretty great, and it's nice to have him along.
All right.
Yeah, the next one I have is don't focus on too many things. There's a lot of reasons for this. This is something I heard going into it, and just being able to see that lived out practically is very important. Do not focus on too many things. I'm going to go into some of that, some additional stuff with that in a second, but don't focus on changing everything at once. One, you're going to scare away your volunteers, right? If you come in and say this changed, then all the volunteers who have been there for 10 years are going to be like, what? No. And they're going to leave. And you're going to find yourself overworked. You're going to find yourself stressed trying to change a ministry and really force it into something that it is not ready to be. Change happens in slow and steady ways. And I mean, once again, at 6 months, like I am just now taking baby steps towards changing some of the things in the ministry. So I think that that's really important as well, is to focus on some main things first.
Yeah, that's really good. How do you decide what you're going to focus on?
That's a great question, because that's my third point. I have,
and I did not know that. Tell me your points.
He did. And that was a great transition. I have to create a priority list. And so basically in my head, I have 3 tiers. What needs to change, what you want to change, and what would be nice to change. So the priority number 1 is what needs to change. If you inherit a ministry and you see areas that are major issues, right? Areas that will sink your boat, per se. If your ministry was a boat, find areas that will sink it. So for me, I inherited from Corey Jones, who is a master at kids ministry. So there weren't many needs, but there were some. I needed the volunteer team to trust me, right? So I needed to grow a relationship with the volunteers. I needed to get to know them, get to know all the kids, start getting to know the parents. Those were some needs in my ministry. My ministry would not succeed if I didn't have those relationships. And then things like, what do you want to change? So I wanted to add a few things into the service. I wanted to have small groups run slightly different than they were, but those were just wants. And so those are things that are, still in the works. And then what would be nice to change are, like, what do you have in your game room? Or like, what do you do with your volunteers? How do you appreciate them or what? So just different levels, create that priority list, and then focus on the needs, then the wants, and then what would be nice.
Man, that's good. That's good stuff, Samuel. All right. Do you have anything else you want to share? I said like be prepared with a few points. Was that it, or do you have 1 or 2 more?
I got 1 more bonus point, and I think that's also very important.
Okay. Yep.
Have a community. You need a group of people behind you, especially in a new position like that. Having people that are experienced, as well as people that can just encourage and pour into you, is absolutely vital to succeed.
And that's good. What's that look like for you? Has that been other people on church staff?
Yeah, so I have a few close people, most of the next gen team often pour into me and staff. And then I've got a few roommates as well who are all, we're in a small group together and we talk and we hash things out. And it's both ends are very supportive for me.
I love it. Boy, those were good tips, Samuel. Thanks. So in your preteen ministry, are you doing, this is kind of off topic, but are you writing your own curriculum? Are you using curriculum from a publisher? What are you doing for curriculum?
So yeah, I use a published curriculum. I go through and edit it and make sure it works with my group and stuff like that.
Gotcha. What do you use?
We use Orange
Okay.
Nice.
Curriculum. And it works pretty well for you guys?
Yeah, it does. Nice. It's very easy to edit and change and work with whatever kind of group you're dealing with. So
love it. Hey, you even brought your coffee to the coffee chat.
I did. I felt like it would be wrong if I didn't.
Love it. All right. So Samuel he works with Corey Jones, great church in Carrolton, Georgia. He also contributes to kidsmatter.com. Now, I'm going to tell you a couple of my favorite games that Samuel has created. This is one, the Pumpkin Shuffle. People love the Pumpkin Shuffle, Samuel.
Yeah, I was that one might have been the hardest game I ever had to make, but
okay,
I enjoyed it as well.
Let's look at the preview video. I don't know how many hundreds of you have used this game, downloaded this game, but it is definitely one of our more popular fall games. Okay, so Pumpkin Shuffle. I mean, what a great idea. What a great on-screen game when the kids are coming in as a pre-service or afterwards. This would work with younger kids. It would work with preteens. Something else that Samuel has made, he's made a lot of games, but these winter whams. People love these winter whams. How'd you get this idea?
I mean, I just seen something like it before, and I was like, man, those are fun. I love those. People love those, and so I'm gonna take my own twist on it and go for it.
Yeah. Okay. So the kids have to decide. What you follow if they're gonna win or win. All right. Wow. Winner wham. All right. Now there's Winner Wham School Edition. So here's my question, Samuel. When's the third edition coming?
I've been thinking about it. We might see a Christmas edition or something soon, so be on the lookout.
Heard it here first.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Samuel, thanks for joining me on the coffee chat. You're doing a great job. Tell Corey, tell Andrew, Ryan Frank said hey.
All righty.
All right. Hey, thanks for all of the games and everything you're doing for Kids Matter too. People love it. Keep it up.
All right.
All right, thanks. It's Samuel Beam. Been a great coffee chat today. You got to hear from Amber Pike with Kids Matter Magazine. You got to hear from Samuel Beam. Samuel, who's creating great games for Kids Matter. He's a new preteen pastor down in Georgia. And we're not done. Well, we're done for today. But we got a great lineup the rest of the week. I've got some great guests lined up for every day the rest of the week that you're going to enjoy. Thanks for tuning in. Facebook, YouTube, podcast. Keep up the great work. Be blessed. And we will talk to you next time. See ya.